Chairman Bouchon and Brown, Chairman Smith, ranking members Maffei and Lipinski, and distinguished members of the subcommittee, thank you for the opportunity to appear today. I will share lessons learned from hospitals' attempt to integrate technology into clinical care and highlight the importance of using scientific assessment to ensure hospitals make cost-effective and evidence-based decisions to improve patient outcomes. I'm a physician and a professor at Johns Hopkins University and their senior epidemiologist. And I'm also the former president of the Society of Healthcare Epidemiology of America, which is the professional society that works around healthcare-associated infections and multi-drug resistant organisms. That aside, my job has allowed me to study novel technologies, including no-touch technologies, and to investigate outbreaks associated with new products and devices, i.e., or in other words, the unintended consequences of using these devices in the healthcare environment. The committee should be aware that I'm doing a large research study that is partially funded by the VA, and my husband is employed by the University of Maryland and the VA. Healthcare-associated infections, as everyone has mentioned, are common and actually cause about half of the untoward events that occur in healthcare, affect approximately 4% of all patients. As we've heard, they are costly to patients and to the healthcare system. And to prevent these healthcare-associated infections, we encourage hand hygiene, vaccination, isolation, and more integrating technology. Many novel technologies are introduced into the market every year. It is commonly difficult to determine the merit of each device or idea without independent, well-designed studies that look at their efficacy. I would actually like to review two personal experiences of why we need to be thoughtful about using technology and how we need to approach our efforts to protect patients. Approximately 8 years ago, we began a study at our institution and looked at a technology that vaporized hydrogen peroxide, an excellent disinfectant, into the environment. The goal was to disinfect surfaces that were potentially contaminated with bacteria despite terminal cleaning. The technology was intriguing and expensive, yet there were unknowns, including around patient safety and the impact on our other expensive equipment. Ultimately, we developed a study, and after testing in our intensive care units, we significantly decreased the risk of acquiring a multi-drug resistant organism in the patients in those units. No risk to patients, damage to equipment, or the facility was identified. Hence, our recommendation to our leadership was to continue using this technology, and it was based on scientific evidence. We have subsequently showed that we could use this technology to disinfect surfaces of supplies that are in these rooms. They can be reused, and it leads to cost savings that help pay for this technology. Another story is in mid-October 2004, our institution introduced a new mechanical valve needleless device, which is used on IV tubing. These are devices that decrease needle sticks among healthcare personnel. By April of 2005, approximately 6 months later, the catheter-associated bloodstream infection rate in our children's hospital had increased by 60%. Using fluorescent dye, we determined that these devices could not be cleaned using standard techniques. When we removed the device from our institution, our rates returned to normal. What seemed to be a very benign introduction of a nursing product turned into a significant patient safety issue for our patients. So in summary, healthcare-associated infections are a significant challenge for healthcare. Despite strides to date, there are huge opportunities to improve patient safety, and we should begin and insist upon the basic infection prevention. However, there is a role for technology that can improve our processes and protect patients. This technology, while often tantalizing, can have unexpected consequences, and we must be vigilant in our approach to its introduction. Congress should continue its long history of supporting science, and this is an area where science needs to guide decisions, so we are thoughtful about how to introduce and use technology. The healthcare community should develop standards to measure the effectiveness of new technologies like this new touch disinfection that are being discussed today, so we can measure their efficacy in a standard fashion. Congress should consider funding learning labs or centers of excellence to evaluate these exciting products in the context of patient care using trained scientists. These labs consider the multiple issues that impact patients to assure we do not do harm. There is not a one-size-for-all solution, and this effort needs the expertise that will translate science into effective patient care. Thank you.